For welcome to game night because not everybody's here, I guess.
Yeah.
But welcome to Tuesday night game.
Welcome to something on Tuesday night.
Yes.
You are witnessing live things.
I think.
Oh, since we're
I
all
have
here,
them
welcome
now.
to Tuesday night game night.
Yeah. Yay.
So everybody in the world, follow us on TikTok immediately.
Well, happy birthday, Rhonda.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Didn't break your case for nothing, but happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And give you half a eagle rose. You know.
And welcome back.
Yes, been a while.
It has. Mm-hmm. But after a very refreshing weekend, I'm somewhat back to my old self again.
Good. Wunderbar. So tonight, again, we are short some players, but we've got Rhonda back, so we are going to be doing a game we started a while back. I don't know if we've ever videotaped this one either.
No, probably not.
No, it was before we had started streaming.
So
Bobby's requesting a little louder.
Oh,
Yeah, this one.
we don't have our mics on, so that kind of makes a difference.
Yeah, we didn't have them clipped. Sorry.
Tonight we'll be playing the third
Hi, Bobby. Is that better?
The Deadlands universe, Deadlands Lost Colony. I don't know if you can see that at all.
He doesn't have his view screen up.
There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
It was you're a little off center, but oh yeah, they can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were able to see it.
All right. So yeah, as you know, we are huge fans of the Deadlands classic game. And then they came out with Deadlands Hell on Earth, which is post-apocalypse. Of course, Deadlands was horror in the Old West. Hell on Earth was the post-apocalyptic version of Earth.
The final chapter.
No, this is the final chapter, Lost Colony. This took place.
I thought you said this was number 3.
Yeah, it is. So there's Deadlands.
Yeah.
Technically, Deadlands Noir.
Well, Apocalypse isn't number 4 then?
No, Hell on Earth came out before Lost Colony. So this is the last entry in the
okay. All right. Because you threw me because you said refer to this as the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
So technically there's Deadlands, horror in the Old West, Deadlands Noir, which we've converted to classic, which is 1930s, Hell on Earth, which is the post-apocalyptic Earth, and then there's Lost Colony, which is actually outer space on a different planet that has been cut off from everybody. So the basic premise is Dr. Hellstrom from Hell on Earth created a kind of a portal, like a wormhole, if you will, and he found this other planet called Banshee out in space, and there were traces of ghost rock on Banshee. So he opened it up, and people flooded through like the ghost rock fever of the Old West, landed on Banshee, and were like, yeah, we're going to raid this place for everything it's got. Unfortunately, the planet was already inhabited by Anooks, these big purple guys. They're the aliens of Lost Colony. They're about 7 feet tall. Very primitive, very spiritual. So it was kind of playing out like the Old West all over again. Look, there's Native Americans here. Let's just get rid of them and take everything. Is what a lot of people thought, especially the military and the governments and the corporations. Settlers went there like, hey, I'm going to get a new life. So there was a big to-do, and it was all the Old West all over again. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see it, the Anooks had what are called skinnies. They're like emaciated-looking Anooks that have psychic powers, and they were really nasty. And they did not like the humans encroaching. So
nasty.
Yeah, so they basically had a huge bloody civil war. So as it stands on the planet of Banshee, so called because the winds on the planet, you've got a lot of settlers, some corporations, like all that stuff. The wormhole has shut. They are cut off from Earth. When the apocalypse happened in Hell on Earth, it severed the connection. So now they are on their own. Fortunately, they have enough technology and enough factories and enough nanotechnology to keep going. All the resources they need are here on Banshee, but they've lost all communication with Earth. They have no idea what's going on back home. They're on their own now. The Anooks, some of them have agreed to an uneasy peace with humans. Some of them are still very upset with humans. So you still have savage Anooks who will kill humans on sight. A lot of Anooks who are very leery about humans. The humans are actually the same way. Some of the humans are pretty leery of Anooks, and some of them don't like them, and some of them are like, hey, can't we all just get along? So you've got humans and Anooks who are trying to build this better life for each other and trying to work in tandem, but there's so many other problems that are kind of feeding those fires. The characters take are playing the role of colonial rangers, some of them. Colonial rangers are basically the law on Banshee. They're kind of like Old West Marshals.
One riot, one ranger.
Yeah. Born out of the Texas Rangers, they're kind of badass, and they're kind of like your marshals on the moon. To put it in perspective, if you've ever seen the movie Outland with Sean Connery, that's a good example.
Excellent movie.
If you ever saw the cartoon Brave Star, that's
Excellent cartoon.
Good version of this. Any space western you've ever seen. Full Moon Entertainment has the Oblivion movies, if you ever get a chance to track those down. Very influenced by this. So you got these rangers who wear dusters and futuristic cowboy hats with goggles. They still have big guns, trying to keep peace. You've got settlers. You've got farmers. They might be algae farmers, but they're still farmers. You've got criminal gangs roaming the planet. You've got corporations who are trying to make things better. Corporations who are still trying to use things for their own needs. The military is still not sure what to do about the Anooks. I guess you could say it's almost like an Avatar situation with them. So some military guys are just trying to keep the peace, protect people. Some are just like, no, this is war. So feelings are still pretty raw. So, but it uses the Deadlands Classic system, so dice, cards, chips, everything's on the table, so to speak. And we started this campaign a while back. I've always been interested in Lost Colony because it is a space western. I love that genre. So when they came out with it, I bought it. It's kind of hard to find now, really hard to find now. But it had some interesting ideas, so we took one of our smaller groups because we didn't know if it was going to go, and we made characters, and we did the first part of this story that I wrote, and it was pretty fun. So tonight we're going to continue that, maybe even finish it, depending on how things go. So, do you want to do character introductions a little bit?
Sure, we can.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Been about
There's been an age or two.
about 2 years since we played this, and before we became alive.
What did I name my character?
Oh, another good movie based on John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars. Good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent film. Yes.
I need to go back and watch that again.
Yeah, I was actually trying to pull it up. I can't find a PDF for it, so it's like.
See, I told you it was hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a companion for it. I think I did get it off the Trove before they went down, so I have it on the computer. But
Yeah.
trying to find this book is like,
But I was trying to remember when I was comparing the two character sheets, trying to figure out which one was which.
okay.
Because, like I said, we didn't have them labeled.
Yeah.
I was like looking at the abilities and seeing, because I think this one is yours because it has like the heal, rock away or back away.
Oh, one of the powers.
Yeah. White lightning, planet
White lightning!
Sanctuary, and Banshee's curse.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that was yours.
Banshee's
Rockaway.
curse. That sounds right.
Allows the shaman to let
Yes.
and anyone in contact with her to teleport through Tannis Rock.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of neat.
Yeah. And Banshee's pain. Oh, Banshee's curse. There it is.
Yeah.
Calls down the wrath of the planet on the shaman's enemy. When invoked, it afflicts the target with horrible malady. Ooh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's one thing.
That has a range of 5 miles.
Yeah. The planet is called Banshee.
Well, then.
It's known for its winds, but it's also known for Tannis Rock, which is kind of a crystalline substance that is very useful to the Anooks. In the long scheme of things, it has Ghost Rock, but that is actually a symptom of its sickness from its sister planet Earth.
Each one has a strain.
Ghost Rock has, like, originally Banshee was a planet of
strain.
Tannis Rock,
Okay.
which is a very pure form
Which you
of a
have
crystal.
20 strain to start.
Well, because of the
That's like your
wormhole and its
spell
connection to the Reckoners on
power.
Earth, the Ghost Rock vein has almost infected Banshee like a disease. So you still have a lot of this Tannis rock, but now there's streams and mines of ghost rock appearing. Very small amounts, but they're there. And it's like, yeah, we all know that what caused the apocalypse was ghost rock bombs. So how long is it before Banshee succumbs to the same fate as Earth? So
humans really could get it up.
and the Anuks are like, it's your fault that's here. We don't know what it is. And the humans are like, great, we got ghost rock. So that's another little tidbit of information behind the scenes. All right, who wants to go first with their character introduction?
I can go first. My character is Manfred Durant. He's a colonial ranger. In my generation of the character, we use the cards to help determine strengths and everything for our various characteristics. I drew 2 jokers. Actually, a joker on top of a joker. Which basically would have meant that, okay, I died and I'm Harold. However, to make things interesting, Dale had it so that, yeah, I died, but the planet a la Gaia,
I don't know.
Banshee.
no, but a la Earth, Gaia,
Yeah.
but Banshee brought me back. I clawed my way out of my grave out in the desert. And so I'm now a guardian of Banshee. I've got level 3 Law Dog, I've got Voice and Stare, Banshee Born. I've got Heal Daily instead of every 5th day. I've got resistance for my vigor against poison, and I've got Tannis sense. So I'm still trying to figure things out myself from having my rebirth. But wait.
Well, my character is Impurax or something like that. He's an Anook, so he's an alien. And as I said, it's been a while since we played it, so I'm not really familiar with, don't really remember a whole lot of details about what we'd come up with before.
Yeah, I don't know. The Anooks are the alien race. Some of them have gone kind of warlike against humans. Some are peaceful. Some are just neutral. I don't know what you've decided. Probably that you're neutral.
Neutral.
Yeah, because I think you guys had come into the main town as Temptation around this area.
Yeah.
That's where the office of the Colonial Rangers is. And I know you guys have come into town a couple times.
Yeah.
So you guys are not necessarily reaching out to humans, but letting them know that you're not a threat to them unless provoked.
Yeah.
So, but I don't really know if you guys had any kind of backstory beyond that.
I think that was about all we did with that. I do have the Ugly Sin hindrance.
Okay.
So I think there was something about I'd been like caught in a fire, so I was pretty scarred up from that.
Oh, okay.
If I
Could be.
because I think we had actually gone with my character was actually in part of the whole resistance at one point.
Oh,
And
yeah.
got caught in the big battle and burned up. And,
Yeah, that could be. That's very possible. Was that the Rock River,
Yeah.
or Red Valley, or whatever it's called?
I did
Castle
have some further questions. The Tannis sense.
Mm-hmm.
What was the edge?
Let's see here. Find that again. Yeah, basically it allows you to sense when there's Tannis rock in the area. Let's see if I can get the particulars on that. Do-do-do-do.
See, beauty across the store.
Oh, it must be.
The Yukon Cornelius, Tannis Rock.
Well, I think actually with the Anooks, there was actually levels of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Tannis sense 1, 3, and 5. When your hero touches a piece of Tannis stone, he feels a gentle throbbing and pulse of the planet. Your Nook is sensitive to the life force that flows through Banshee and can tap into it under certain circumstances. Your hero has strain equal to your spirit die. Spending 1 point on this edge gives your hero sensitivity to Tannis rock. Feels warm to the touch. With a fair roll, you can tell where a particular piece of Tannis rock came from. When working with Tannis, each point of strain spent softens up 1 pound of rock into a clay-like material for 1 hour. So you sculpt it into things.
Yeah.
During this time, the Anarch are normally okay. 3-point level. What is your level at?
Mine is 3. I believe Rhonda's is 5.
Okay. 3-point level of this edge includes all the abilities described above, plus some additional ones. When handling an object created by Tannis, an onerous target number of 7 spirit roll gains the Anarch a sense of the owner's personality. Each raise on this roll reveals more information about the object and its owner, such as the owner's clan, the owner's name, or great feats performed with the object. An Anarch with this level of sensitivity can also create openings in Tannis formations by spending 1 strain and succeeding in a fair target number 5 spirit roll. Maximum size of this opening is the number of cubic feet equal to the Anarch's spirit die. A 5-point level in this edge includes all the abilities above for the preceding 2 levels. Anarchs with this level of sensitivity also gain a sort of danger sense when near large formations of Tannis. They are so attuned to the life force emanating from the rock that they are able to detect any disturbances in it, like malevolent thoughts of someone who is about to attack them. Whenever an Anarch with this level of Tannis sense is about to enter a potentially dangerous situation like an ambush, the marshal should allow the hero to make a hard target number of 9 spirit roll. The hero, a successful roll alerts the character to the danger. Doesn't reveal the exact nature or location of the danger, it just lets the hero know something isn't right. Ghost Rock interferes with all of the abilities listed above. Whenever the Anarch is in a Deadlands or in the presence of a large amount of Ghost Rock, the strain cost of all these abilities are doubled, and the danger sense simply fails to work. So keep that in mind. Okay?
Would you like?
Okay.
When you get a minute.
The rest of it is actually also the Tornado. That's power. There's I have a power Tornado.
Oh, okay. Let's see what it says.
Probably saying it way a little reverby.
I know. I'm trying to fix it.
Okay.
Tornicajito. Yes. This favor it's strain of 3, 2 speed. You got that written down?
Yes.
Okay. This favor uses Banshee's turbulent atmosphere to create a small funnel cloud. The cloud covers an area 6 yards in diameter and may be created anywhere within the favor's range. By spending an action, the shaman can move the cloud with a pace equal to his spirit die. Anyone who comes in contact with the cloud must make an incredible target number 11 strength roll or be hurled 2d8 feet in a random direction. Anyone hurled by the tornado must make a hard vigor roll to become stunned. So, yeah, you basically got your little pet tornado you can send after people.
Yeah, because I know the Banshee pain, that makes the target feel pain, or basically get...
Yeah. Taps into the agony Ghost Rock has caused the planet and channels it into a target, racking him with incredible pain.
Yeah.
Causes the target to suffer a penalty to all actions equal to the amount of strain spent on the favor.
And it's showing a strain of 1 to 5 on that.
Yeah. Most you can spend on it is 5.
Yeah. And the white lightning it does just a boom. The skin of stone, I'm guessing, is basically armoring yourself.
Yep.
And then effortless step.
Allows the target of the spell to draw energy from the ground from which whenever his feet touch it. This allows the recipient of the favor to move at her full running pace for its duration without suffering any fatigue, wind damage. Shamans often use this favor as small raiding parties to allow them to cover ground quickly. Favor can be cast on a person or your mount.
Yes, which I do have a mount.
Yes.
And if I remember,
was it the Chinook that you had as a mount?
Let's see. probably mount 2 points on it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, it is a Chinook.
Okay.
War Chinook, actually.
Yeah. Those are like, let's see if we got a picture of one in here. Yes. I don't have a picture of one. Kind of like big lizard-like horses, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Reptilian-like horses. Okay. And your character is kind of a shaman who's like a soldier, like a war shaman. Warrior
Right.
shaman.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't remember much about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yours is more of the healing shaman.
Right.
Were they a smaller, thinner version of the Dewback from Star
No,
Wars?
they're. I found a picture of one. Just past it. They're like really spiky looking, dangerous things. Yeah, there's a. See if you can see this. The little picture. I'm going to bring it up close. Can you see that drawing?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Can you see that? That is an Anuk astride a Chinook. It's
Anuk, come on, a
basically
Chinook.
spiky looking horse.
Basically, riding a dinosaur.
And I love the caption. An Anuk on a Chinook. Yes, it's a lot like Big Dr. Seuss world down here. But yes, that's a Chinook. That's what he's riding. And it's a war Chinook, so it's probably even sturdier and probably has more spikes on it.
And it's also the disposition is more.
Yeah, he's a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in a petting zoo anytime soon. Okay, and Rhonda, you are playing a healer shaman, Anuk. Don't know if you had a name.
What'd you say?
Zora.
Zora? Okay.
Zora. Zhora.
Probably Zora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I know she has the Tana sense is maxed for
Right.
her. Then has the heal power.
Right.
I want to say the
Favor can be used to heal wounds in a single body location. Its target number is 5 plus the wound level in the targeted location.
yeah, and it's 1 strain per wound.
Yes.
But then she's got the Rockaway, White Lightning, Planet Sanctuary, and Banshee's Curse.
Okay. So the Rockaway is teleporting through Tanis Rock. Planet Sanctuary calls upon Banshee to hide the shaman and her allies from her enemies. When invoked, the shaman and anyone touching her or someone in contact with her, they are camouflaged to blend in with the terrain. Anyone trying to spot the shaman and her allies must beat the energy tap total made to invoke the favor with their combination roll. So yeah, it's basically you can just disappear. Once the illusion is pierced, the favor ends. Does not stifle noise or mask smells, so it may be possible for the shaman's enemy to detect you anyway. And Banshee's Curse, powerful favor that calls down the wrath of the planet, like we said. You essentially become ailing, like you're gonna die. You get tuberculosis. So.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned energy tap. That's the skill that we both of us have to use to perform the.
Anuk shamans have a new aptitude of their very own. Energy tap is a cognition-based skill. It is used by the shamans to invoke their favors. Whenever a shaman wishes to invoke a favor, he must make an energy tap roll versus the favor's target number. Success means the favor was invoked. Failure indicates the favor was not invoked and no strain was spent. And it's basically a lot like Hexlingen or, Faith for Blessed. Because it's energy tap, you're actually tapping into the energy of Banshee. That's why they call it that.
See, she does have the bollocks.
Oh, where machines don't really work around her?
Yeah. And actually, I have Haunted and Animal Pen on mine.
Okay, so animals like you. You got the animal pen. and then haunted. So there's.
And I think
something
we
that
had,
bothers you.
I think that actually came back to where I had gotten all scarred up and was haunted from that incident.
Okay.
Kind of combined
Makes
that
sense.
basic.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, and also her character is more the mean based. She's got pretty much everything except performing. She has at least some skill.
Oh, okay.
Whereas mine, I have nothing in.
Yeah. So she's going to be the one that does most of the talking for you two if there's talking to be done. Okay. All right. And does she have a mount as well, or no? I don't think.
No.
Okay. So the two of you could travel on one Nook if you needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I think that's what we had done
Yeah.
because the rest of the group was flying out on one of the
Stallions is what they call them, the little ships. Yeah.
and then but we were like, yeah, let's try this,
Yeah.
especially with herbolics.
Yeah. And with your thing about the Tannis, I can't remember what it called it. Something about the step.
Oh yeah, effortless step.
Yeah.
It's like
So basically,
okay,
run all out. I don't care if it's all day. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Your Chanic's like, yeah, I can do this all day. So yeah, I remember you guys got there. All right, Mike, how about your character?
My game is called Major Lance Tryson. Try some more. Try some more. And I have like a little thing here. I'll just read a little bit of it. Major in the X-Force? No, not anymore. Just Lance Tryson, if you please. Now I'm a Colonial Ranger, hence the big badge in front here, so I guess Ranger Tryson. But a major business was just a little while back that I had a good long career in the service. I still wear the combat armor so you can see the reason for the confusion. When I was a major, I did favor Sir Ross. He's the general of the UN that takes over the planet, kind of like your Colonel Custer back in the day.
Actually, General Ross, you're talking about, is the lead of the Colonial Rangers.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I get a little confused.
You drink too much.
Yeah, I drink too much. Ross the Rangers, there it is. So I got me a spot here. Then I was forced out by last accident. Now the face was another time, and that's where I got to live. So, in that great battle back in the day, I kind of threw my starship, I'm a pilot, right into the Raina Nook nest. Took out a bunch of their leaders.
Yeah.
But I kind of peeled most of my face off and some of my limbs. Hillstrom Industries ended up fixing me up what was left. So I kind of am a mutie now, which is like a cyborg, correct?
Yeah, they're actually called mutes, and you have the ability to transmute things. Hellstrom Industries gave you replacement parts. You have a cybernetic eye that is obviously not human, that you can scan items like tools, vehicles. Right. You can scan and get schematics. Somewhere in your torso, like around your sternum and your heart, is a sac that holds nanobots. And they have like basically tubes that run through from your heart down through your arms. And the nanobots, when you release them, go out your arms and they come through the hands, the palms, like the pores in your palms. So you have like little silver flecks on your palms. So a lot of mutes wear gloves to protect that. Take the gloves off, you can release these nanobots. You could break down all these cameras, make a gun out of it if you wanted to, or a coffee maker, whatever you want. So
I like both those.
Yeah. So yes, you are kind of a cyborg.
Probably get on more on time if I did that too.
You're not a full-on cyborg like Deadlands, because that means you would be dead. Yeah. But you do have cybernetic implants that Hellstrom Industries gave you.
Right. Well, I was kind of mustered out of the service after all that because I always went against orders.
Yeah.
And I feel I was a little more towards the nukes than anything. So that the generals of me didn't like that too much. So,
yeah.
I've got a lot of friends in high places and a lot of enemies in high places.
Yeah.
So although I saved a lot of people and they made me a hero, powers that be didn't like me too much and were more than happy to see me roll out into the meat wagons. Now I'm kind of protected by the Rangers and keep trying to do good on the planet best I can.
Yeah.
That's me. He basically got the full body armor. He looks like a UN soldier, but he's got the martial badge and everything else. And if he takes off his helmet, he's got ugly as sin because his face is all melted, kind of like Two-Face.
Yeah.
That's like how I see him. So he's lame. He's got -2 because of the wound, even though he's got kind of the implants. But before he couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
So. And because he kind of helps with the nukes and everything else, the UN has him as an enemy. But I also have friends in high places of the UN. So he's kind of renowned and thick skinned. He's got the voice for threatening and can smooth it too. I can make it nice and smooth. Like, now listen, y'all. Don't look at my face, but I can bring you on in for a nice.
It just reminds me of Doctor Strange too when he's trying to give the pep talk as a zombie.
Yeah, it's like, you can do it. If you don't, I'll make you dinner.
Yeah, it's like, don't give me a pep talk looking like that.
And Ben's on. Hey, Ben.
Hello, Ben. Oh, Canada. Thank you for joining, Ben.
Yeah, we are doing Deadlands Lost Colony tonight.
Yes.
Which
And
we've not done since we first did it 2 years ago, which was before we started live streaming.
I'll take 3 chips because nobody had chips on their character sheets. Not that I had. You guys have chips written down? No. So we're going to go ahead and draw 3 chips now.
Ben is working on his strength and constitution scores at the gym, so I think he's working out. So
Oh,
you're going to work out for all of us there, buddy. I just ate a blizzard, so do an extra lap for me, all right?
and I had an entire frozen pizza for lunch today. So.
Yeah. We are typical Americans.
Yeah.
Just a walking, sitting heart attack.
Yep.
I only had breakfast about 10 o'clock.
Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, rebel.
Fasting.
Well, I had to fast because I had to do a blood draw.
Oh, okay.
My friendly neighborhood vampire.
Yes. Oh, you're very good. You have a little bit of high cholesterol.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So while you guys are getting chips,
Wow. That's a nice draw.
when you guys are getting chips, I'll go ahead and tell you what happened last time. Because I have all the notes.
Yes, the inevitable recap.
All right. So just earlier today, a caravan came through. A caravan that passes through the area every 3 months with supplies, gathering up stuff for trade, delivering supplies, that kind of thing. They passed near. There's a big hill out by, where is that place? Crosstown, which is a city not far away. Or a little town, obviously. But there's this hill, and a company called Green Plantation has set up an algae farm. It's a smaller corporation. They've got about 5 sites, and they apparently just recently opened a new algae farm out by this hill at a tributary of the Red River. So they have probably not been in operation very long. The Colonial Rangers might have heard about them opening something up, but it's not, they're not breaking the law, so what do you guys care? Mm-hmm. But this caravan passes every 3 months, and it wasn't there when the last time they were there. So they kind of looked, and they're like, hey, it looks like the camp's all messed up. And there's 2 people lying on the ground. Yeah, we're not going over there. Let's get to Temptation and let the Rangers know. So they came in, told you guys what they saw, and you guys decided, yes. Ross and Debbie pretty much told you guys, why don't you go check it out? And you guys were Anooks in town. They're like, why don't you guys go check it out? And the caravan knows that there is a small settlement of Anooks near that area. And they knew a little bit about those Anooks. Apparently, just before or just after the incident at Red River and Castle Rock, when the humans and Anooks really clashed, and then it was kind of like, okay, I think we're done. Now everybody's on this uneasy truce. There were 3 tribes in the area that were, one was kind of pro-human, one was anti-human, and then there was this group that was kind of neutral. And the pro-human was even more like, we're pro-human as long as they stay away from us. And there was human settlements starting to come in. So this little group who was like, look, we don't want any trouble. They actually packed up and left that area and came down this way. And they settled in that area. They've been there for probably about 6 months. So the caravan has seen them, but they never really approach. I mean, they have a couple times, never caused any problems, but they're kind of skittish. So they're like, okay, well, we know this Anna group is right in that area. And there's this Green River algae farm where there's 2 dead guys, it looked like from a distance. So when Ross knew this, he went ahead and asked the Anooks if they would go with you guys to maybe find out what happened. Because some Anooks don't speak English, some do. Some have taken the time to learn it, some don't even care. So he's like, well, if they don't really talk about humans, maybe you guys can go and help interpret and see what they need. So you guys all went out there. You guys were on your Chinook, and you guys took one of the stallions, because I believe you're a pilot.
Right.
So the stallions are kind of like your little, they actually look a little bit like a miniature Firefly, and they're like personnel carriers. Think of it as a floating cop car that's the size of a garbage truck or a little bigger. So you can get everybody in it, but it's not overly huge. So you guys took a stallion out there, landed, and as you were landing away from the plantation, the Green Plantation algae farm, you guys saw a couple of Anooks waving at you. So you guys landed and found out these were a couple scouts from that Anook tribe they were talking about. And they pretty much explained to you that, yes, the 2 of their scouts were murdered the other day, like last night or the night before, and then this happened. But they have a feeling, it looks like these guys, these humans, came and killed their scouts, but they're also like, that doesn't seem to make sense to us. The tribe was meeting with the elders of the tribe, the shaman and the leader of the tribe, and some of the war scouts to see what they were going to do. And now that you're here, they were really hoping you could come and talk to them, because one of the options on the table right now is go kill all the humans. That's a very not welcomed option. Another option is to investigate themselves. They don't know where to start. The other option, which is gaining a lot of traction, is maybe we should contact a human settlement and have them come and look into it, like the law. And they recognized your ship and your uniforms. So they're like, you're who we were looking for anyway. You want to come and talk to us. And then when you guys showed up about the same time, they're like, well, you definitely need to come and talk to these people and kind of talk sense. And if you're with the Rangers, that's going to prove that we can deal with the humans okay. Because there are a couple war scouts who are like, no, we don't need the humans' help. But the tribe shaman and the tribe elder are like, maybe we should at least let them know what's going on. So,
And I think we did speeches, didn't we?
yeah, you guys followed them. You went to the tribe. You met several of the Anooks. Let's see. You met the Anooks and spoke to them, and they kind of like, here's what happened. We don't know. You guys made some speeches. You guys talked to them quite a bit.
Right.
And kind of won them over. So they were basically, what they said was a couple of their scouts were out patrolling at night, hunting, and never came back. So the next morning, 2 more scouts went out and found them dead, like shot and hacked up a little bit. And there was a Green Plantation flashlight right there, like somebody dropped it. And they're like, okay, well, that's the algae farm. So what's that all about? So those 2 scouts went over to the algae farm and found the thing was, the camp was in a shambles. And basically there were 2 bodies, 2 dead guys who had been bashed in the head and a little bit hacked up, laying outside the cave. And they're like, what is this? So before they even went any further, they started to go back. But as they left, they picked up what looked like an Anook dagger, but it didn't belong to anybody in their tribe. It's like an old one. Like, well, it's an Anook dagger. Why is this here? It doesn't belong to any of us. Is there another war tribe in the area or something? So they took it back and they're like, what do we do? And they were like, well, you guys are here. Maybe you could look into it. And if you want, we can send you some tribe members to help you. There were 3 younger tribe scouts that were willing to go with you if you wanted them to. Oh, and there were a couple other people I meant to ask you about. The caravan, when you guys got sent out, the caravan was like, look, we can give you 2 of our guys to guide you right to where it is. So there was a guy named Brock Thompson.
Brock Thompson.
Brock Thompson.
American.
Yeah, kind of American, because he didn't really care for Anooks.
Ah, perfect.
So, yeah,
He's in great company.
Yeah, Brock
Filthy
Thompson.
creatures.
You want to go with them? I'll go with them. I don't know about going with them. So,
I mean humans. We're filthy creatures.
and then there was Vicky Mears, who was kind of a guard on the caravan. They both served as bodyguards, and they went out with you. Now, I don't remember, and if you guys don't remember, we can just make it up from here.
Let's make it up. Yay!
Basically, you guys went with the Anooks to meet with the tribe. Vicky was willing to go. Brock was like, I'd rather stay here with the ship, or I can go look around myself.
Right. I kind of
And
remember
he's like,
that.
she's like, well, if you go look around, I should probably go with you. And he's like, I'll be fine. So I don't remember. I think Vicky went with you guys to the tribe, if I remember right. She didn't really make any speeches.
Don't remember.
Okay, she would be willing to go with you to the tribe. Brock's like, well, I'll just stay here with the ship. You know, I'm not going to go in there till you guys get back. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right.
So I'll just stay here with the ship if you want me to. Or I can go on up and look at the crime scene and see what I can see. You guys can meet me there. So,
Well, I don't think I'd like anybody going on by themselves. At least my character would probably like. We should probably go together.
yeah. So Brock will stay with the stallion, and he'll just stay here until you guys get back. And then Vicky's going to go with you guys to the tribe meeting. So at the tribe meeting, you met Katoon, a jovial Anuk shaman who could be cryptic and has an open, if eccentric, sense of humor. If you remember, he just told odd stories when he laughed at like everything. Breen was a female elder who seemed very peaceful and wise, almost motherly.
Okay.
There was Rishar, a gruff elder who is just now beginning to doubt the possibility of peace with humans ever. His hope will be restored if all this resolves well. So he's the one who's been like kind of leery of humans, and yeah, maybe we're not going to make peace with them. But if you guys investigate this, and it wasn't the humans or something, he's like, all right, well, maybe there's a chance. And he obviously trusted you two, but he didn't trust the Colonial Rangers. But I remember you guys made speeches, and he was kind of like, all right, yeah, I've met good and bad humans, so we'll see how this goes. Kumok was an ancient elder who still believes that Anuk and humans need peace for each other to survive. So he was very old, Anuk, and he wanted to make sure there was peace if it could be had. Fartuk and Shrima are the siblings who died. They were the scouts that got killed.
Fartuk.
Fartuk. And Pritar, Krum, and Gunch are 3 warriors who are friends of the siblings, and they are the ones who offered to go with you if you want. They were really like, we're going. The elder's like, well, let's see if they want you to go.
Yeah.
So do you want them to go or not?
Yeah.
I think we had like a speech with them too, because they were all kind of like, yeah, we're in a room, and then afterward they're like, okay, we kind of want to go, but
Find out what's going on.
but more respectful, I think, other than like, we're gonna
Yeah.
kick your butt.
Yeah, because they were pretty pissed that their friends got killed.
I don't know why. Why would you be upset about that sort of
Yeah.
thing?
Okay, so basically you guys headed back to the algae farm, and I remember that's where we stopped. So we can just pick up right where we left off.
Good.
So you guys get back to you first stopped the stallion. I think you guys landed the stallion probably about 20 minutes from a 20-minute walk from the stallion to the camp. I don't know if you want to just fly the stallion up closer or keep it where it is and walk there. It's up to you. I mean, it's not a long walk, but if you need anything from the stallion, it's
I don't
20
care.
minutes. Yeah,
Well,
you're right. Yeah, you're right. So you don't.
Yeah,
We'll
I don't
fly.
know.
Yeah, we'll fly over.
Yeah. So you guys get back to the stallion. Brock's kind of like, go ahead and make a cognition roll if anybody has scrutinize. Yes, the Annex can roll this too.
4.
4.
Scrutinize. 2. Roll 2 d10s. You take the highest.
Just the higher die, right?
Okay.
Yep, just the highest one.
Okay, 11.
Ooh, okay.
Those 2.
Please.
And what'd you roll Micah for?
Yeah, 4.
Don't forget to add keen if you have it, or I would even allow eagle eyes in this instance.
No, just 8 for me.
Okay.
7 for you.
Okay. All right. You three, not you, Mike, but you guys. As you guys are coming back to the stallion, Brock is leaning up against the edge of the stallion, probably having a smoke. And when he looks up and sees 3 more Anuks, he's like, you can actually see him do the shit.
He's like, oh shit, here we go again.
And he's like, yeah, but he knows enough to be like, I'm not going to open my mouth if I'm outnumbered, and they're 7 feet tall.
There's like,
And 2 of them look like he beat my ass already. So it looks like he's trying to keep his composure, but you can tell he's like, oh, great. So he kind of like waits till you get closer, puts out his cigarette. You guys all come up. And pretty much catch him up to speed. You can introduce the Anuks if you want. He's like, yeah, whatever. But
yeah, that works.
so you guys pile in the stallion and fly the short little distance to the Green Plantation algae farm. Okay. As you land, you see this little settlement, and there's frameworks set up near the river. It looks like the algae farm is already kind of built, and it's just starting to get going. So, but the campsite, there's like a couple tents, and you know, like not really a campfire, but like a fire pit that's been built for their campfire. Because I mean, it's modern. You do see some looks like tables with maybe some electronic equipment, maybe computers, a couple monitors that were up that looked like they were at one point covered in case it rained or something like that.
Okay.
But they were monitoring, obviously, what was going on in the algae farm. But everything is in a shambles. One of the tents is halfway pulled down. The other one's pretty much flattened. And the fabric of the tent is all ripped up and kind of spread out. You see pots, pans, computer monitors, busted keyboards all over the ground. You do see what looks like couple rifles, maybe a pistol or 2 laying in the dirt, but you don't see anybody else around except for 4 regular guys, and there is what looks like an old pickup truck. Yes, they still have ground vehicles. It looks a little modern, but it's not like super fantastic. It's not Mad Max either. You do see a pickup truck, and there are 4 men kind of looking around. All 4 of them are armed. 3 of the guys have rifles kind of down, pointed down, just looking around. 1 guy, or 2 of them have rifles. 1 guy has a rifle like up over his shoulder, hand on his hip, just kind of surveying everything. There's another guy who has a pistol on his hip. It's not drawn, and he looks like he's bending down looking at some computer stuff. The guy with the rifle over his shoulder and the guy looking at the computer stuff maybe look a little older. And as you get closer, when you land and start walking up, they noticeably look similar. Like maybe they're related, not twins, but they definitely look very.
Oh, you sure they're not twins?
Yeah. The other 2 guys are just kind of rough and ready.
Like your brother sister.
Brother sister.
Yeah. Well,
the other 2 guys are basically just look like ranch hands, for lack of a better term. You know, settlers. So they got the coveralls, but like I said, the way I see the coveralls are kind of like they got extra cargo pouches and stuff on them. They're still dirty. Think of the Old West, but their bib overalls have like serial numbers on them, or you know, if they've got the work shirts. They have the big padded elbow pads. And
like a Max Headroom movie.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Think of that. So anyway, they're looking around, and as you guys kind of approach and land, you do notice they all kind of stop and turn. Couple of them look like they have the rifles like what the, but as soon as they recognize the ship, they just kind of and drop the rifles. They don't holster them or put them away. They just kind of drop them like okay. And then it's
the cops.
yeah, pretty much. Oh, it's the cops. You do notice one of them, one of the ranch hand guys kind of looks and points below the ship.
Yeah.
And kind of taps the guy with the rifle on his shoulder and points. And the guy on the shoulder kind of And he actually kind of, oh. And the other two guys, like, oh, it's the cops, right? What's that? Well, I'm not sure. And you can guess they're pointing at the two Anuks who are riding the Chinook.
Yeah.
They're right, right
at
below them.
Now, the other
behind them.
cops,
The other ones are with us. The other three are with us.
they're probably in the stallion. You notice when they're like, well, you can walk or you can, there's no way to ride with them. You can ride with us. You notice they're younger.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's see, I think it's 2 females and a male. Or no, it's 2 males and a female. And when they come up, it's like, well, you can ride with us. One of the younger males and one of the younger female are like,
My signal's froze.
they're like, ooh,
Streaming.
what's this? This
I'll
is
refresh.
neat. So basically, they're like, and the third young Anuk is kind of leery. He's almost like that, stepping on the ladder to make sure it's not going to break. Like,
Right.
What is this?
Okay.
Should I touch anything? Something blinks, and he's like, I'll beat your ass. What is
Right,
that?
yeah.
But the other two are almost like, ooh, wow, this is neat.
Yeah.
You can imagine these guys have probably never been this close to technology like that, at least not in a ship. So when they come in, they kind of look around, and if you're like, you can have a seat here, they sit. And they're like, ooh, feel this. What is this material? And the third guy is like just standing there like, I am not touching a thing. Because I really don't know what this is. So he actually looks a little nervous.
Right.
And he's like the bigger one.
Okay.
He's like, I'm so uncomfortable right
I
now.
probably look at him and like, sit down. No. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, they all sit.
Okay.
But he's just like, I'm not
Very nervous.
Yeah.
I will do a bit of chatting because I'm able to speak the language and
Okay.
try to put him at ease.
Yeah. It's okay. It's nothing dangerous. Just don't hit this red button because it'll open and we will explosively decompress.
Yes.
And they'll all die a horrible explosive death. So just don't touch that button. You're fine. You're
fine.
You're fine.
Don't lick that. Stop licking
Even
that.
though we're only 100 feet above the ground. You know, you don't press the button.
Yeah.
Should we try barrel rolls?
Please take that out of your mouth.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so when you guys land and these guys ride up, the 4 guys are kind of at the ready to see what you're doing. You can make another cognition check real quick, everybody.
All right.
Target number is just 5 on this one.
I got the same roll.
Did you get
11.
I didn't have to roll my
11?
piloting, did I?
Yeah, one dice is being nice and very friendly to me tonight.
And what'd you say you rolled?
No.
I rolled a 6, but did I have to roll my piloting or anything?
One.
Basically, it's like,
So no.
here, why don't you move your
No.
car from Cherry Street over around the corner to the library?
Okay.
You didn't do any. We're gonna do a barrel roll, especially for that guy in the back. He's all freaked out. Did you guys make it?
I got a 7 Rhonda box.
Okay. So
No surprise.
basically, you ride up, and she's covered in dust because of the Chinook cooking up dust, and you kind of ride up. And she's like, can't see. So, and then the stallion lands and blows more dust in her eyes, so she can't see. The rest of you guys all see as you land, that pickup truck has the Green Plantation logo on it with a green stripe. So apparently, this is those guys, or from that company. So as you land and disembark, they're kind of like, howdy. And the guy with the rifle who's over his shoulder, he's like, howdy.
They probably get out first. They'll probably, who will get, because I'm up in the pilot seat, so I got to go back to the back, right?
You can, but it's basically like getting out of an Econoline van.
Yeah.
You just walk between the 2 seats, and there's the door.
I mean, whenever I eventually get out, but they'll see 3 Nooks come out along with, his character.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you probably make it a point to come out first.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's send the Anooks out. That way they think they stole it.
yeah, they're like, the flyers now.
There's 2 Anooks. Oh, it's the cops. 3 more Anooks.
They're driving
That
video.
did not look good. So you get out and kind of howdy. And then
Howdy, Raging Durant. What was your name again? I'm sorry.
Lance Trison.
Ranger Trison. Some friendly natives that helping us find the place here. You're from the Green River then?
Green Plantation,
Plantation.
Friendly Anux. One of the ranch hands like, well, I'm sure they could show you the location. He didn't sound too happy about it. And then the guy who was looking at the computer stuff was like, knock it off.
We're told that from the caravan came into Tempest that they saw a couple bodies on the ground. Have you already claimed them, or
There were no bodies when
did
we
you
got
just
here.
got here?
Yeah, we just got here. We didn't find any bodies here.
There was 2 bodies. There were.
They saw 2 bodies laying on the ground, nobody around. We just got here. There were no bodies here.
I'll probably walk up, and of course I have like the UN combat uniform on too, and the badge.
The ranch hand was like, oh yeah, I'm sure they can show you where. They know where it is. He's like, knock it off. When you get out, he's like, oh shit. You see him like, sorry, chief, didn't mean anything by it. Especially you're getting out with all these Anux. He's like, okay, maybe.
Because I got like that dragoon with the grenade launcher on it too, so it's
Yeah.
Like, oh, your hunting rifles are pretty nice.
Yeah.
Quaint.
And Vicky and Brock would have gotten off.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
And you probably did hear a small chuckle when the guy's like, of course they know. And Brock's like,
yeah.
but then it's like, yeah, no, I'm done with that. Vicky is more like looking around, just kind of.
Yep.
It looks like she has her rifle at the ready, like they do. Like, if you guys are going to shoot us, I'm shooting back. So.
Were we able to see bodies on the ground when we were in the air before as we were?
No, you
landing, or-
stopped before you got here.
Oh, okay.
Because the Anux waved you down.
Oh, okay.
And who told us there were bodies here? The Inukes.
The caravan.
The caravan.
They were on the caravan.
They were.
Well, actually, the Nooks also said.
Yeah, the Anux said there were 2 bodies.
Found bodies. So.
Yeah, had found bodies. The caravan said they were driving by and there were 2 bodies laying on the ground like it was after an attack. That was early this morning. The Inuk said they looked into it after they found their friends murdered
Yeah.
and came in earlier this morning, and there were 2 bodies, but they left everything alone. And these guys just got here apparently, and probably in the last 10 minutes, and they're like, there were no bodies here.
Okay. So let's go ahead and search around. And
Well, I kind of go up and said, no, "What are you folks doing here, Ranger Trison?"
Playing Atari. What's it to you? I got the Pong game up. We can play Donkey Kong. Oh, it's ColecoVision too.
It's like, all right, let me play.
Well then,
No, the
well, I knew it wasn't me doing it.
No.
you said
What are you?
what are you guys doing
No
here?
idea.
Yeah.
The guy with the rifle over his shoulder and the computer guy are standing next to each other. Yeah, they definitely look the same. They're like, we're the owners of Green Plantation Algae Company. Jake and Jason Cord. Jake is the guy with the rifle, and Jason was the guy looking at computers.
Okay.
He's like, these Anuks aren't responsible for this, are they? Jason asked that.
don't believe so at all. No.
In fact, they've lost some too, and evidence was placed there of your people. And
Really?
and apparently, the people here were placed with the Nook violence, so we're trying to figure it all out.
The ranch hand who told the other guy to shut up basically reaches down. He's like, yeah, we found this, a couple of them. Hands over that Inuk knife.
I'll look at it.
And there's like what looks like kind of like a club, like a war club. He's like, there's one over there too.
May I?
I kind of look at it. I'll pass one to him, but I'll be kind of looking. Do I recognize it as that tribe like style, or I have
Probably don't
military
know.
history?
Yeah, you don't know enough about Anuks to know their tribe styles yet,
Okay.
because you were hunting them for a long time, but you never really paid attention to it.
Okay.
And now that you're out, it's kind of like you're probably starting to get that.
Yeah.
anybody
Actually, there
wants
is differences. Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody would eventually want to put points like area knowledge or military history, you could put Anuk customs.
Oh,
would
okay.
be a skill you could buy, that kind of thing. But you look at the knife.
Well, it's made of tannins, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Part of it is.
Part of it is.
Yeah.
Is there enough for me to use my tannin sense to try and?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Okay.
So go ahead and.
So what do I need to do?
All right. Find that page again. There we go. Right at it. It's under shamans.
I want to say it was spend spring, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember anything how to use any of this.
Well, when you read it earlier, I think there was a spend string. And
Yeah.
Just gonna find that page again.
I was saying being the mutie, I'm like, okay.
it's not technological.
Petit France, I don't know. Sorry, Ben, I am insulting you.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so blah, 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 arcane background. This is an edge. Okay. Oh, it's an edge. So all you got to do is make your roll. So it's a target number 7 spirit roll to find out more about the owner's personality and stuff like that. And if you get a raise or more, let me know.
So target 7, so a raise would be 12
Yeah.
or better.
Yeah.
Well,
How about a 23?
Well, that'll do.
whoa.
So 12.
I made this thing. I saw this in the
This is my brother
catalog.
Joe.
I made this.
So that's 2 raises, right? Because it's every 5. So there'd be 2 raises. Okay. All right.
You can see the like VIN number underneath.
3. 7 and 15.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
So
So
it would be 22. So,
all right. So okay. So you're like, well, may I see that? Oh yeah, got it. So you immediately sense that this thing has been used before, but it's kind of odd because you get a sense that the owner was kind of a very good warrior, a family-oriented warrior, who did have a problem with humans. Essentially what you learned that he fought in the Red Rock or the Red River and Castle Rock campaign. He was actually there, but he died there. He was killed in that offensive. The only reason he was there is he did not trust humans, but he was doing it to protect his family. So he was very quick, very agile, and very smart and cunning. That's why he used a knife more than any big weapon. He was a very up-close fighter and very stealthy. He fought against the forces, the human forces, but he could discern that the military, like X4 and some of the UN forces, he did not care for them at all. But there were some Rangers that were involved in that fight that didn't really want to be in the fight, and they kind of stayed back. He actually kind of respected them in the long run. So he kind of fought because he felt he had to. He died there, and you know that this Tanis Rock knife passed on. Somebody picked it up there and took it. And you get a feel for that person too. That person was a soldier who shortly after that went AWOL with about 6 guys from his battalion or troop.
Yeah.
Essentially what they did was they went AWOL and kind of went into crime for themselves. They became Reapers, which are just, kind of mercenaries. They don't care for the leaders. They kind of want to run things themselves, but they're also out for a quick buck. They're the ones who don't mind terrorizing towns for tribute, all that stuff.
Yeah. Bandits.
Yeah, essentially. That guy kept this, and he very rarely used it, but he has killed 2 humans with it, and he's killed 3 Anuks with it. And
It's like you got LinkedIn on your roster.
he was
extremely
extremely
your application.
hateful about everything, and he
But
felt
they built so well. He just he has their LinkedIn profile around on his side.
he he really didn't trust the Anux or the military and just kind of wanted to take things for himself and the Reapers. They should run things because they'd be better at it. And this was kind of like his prize trophy. Like when he went AWOL, it was like, I took it out on the AWOL, the Anux and the military. So I'm taking this.
Yeah.
So, and he just had this thing not long ago. In fact, it sounded, you could tell he was probably in this area and left it here. And you know that when he left it here, it wasn't an accident. He left it here on purpose. So, and that's how the knife came to be here.
Okay.
And if you were to pick up the club with that good of a roll, you'd be, all you had to do was touch the club and you're like, same thing. But they picked this one up from another raid on an Anux settlement about a month ago.
Yeah.
But it was kind of that same group. It wasn't him, but it was somebody in that group.
Yeah.
They picked this up and they left it here on purpose too.
Okay. So yes, these weapons may have been made by Nooks, but they were last touched by humans, and the humans mean to place blame on the Nooks.
No offense, but how do you know that? And I kind of look at the other one. I can understand how you come to that conclusion.
And she told me.
There you go.
One of the ranches like,
Now, do I know they
told you that?
they
Sounds
murdered
kind of
the rock?
convenient.
Do I know that they commune with the rock or not?
Yeah, you would know that. You would know that definitely because you speak
well,
the language.
I look at him as they don't shock the mysticism. It's real.
The guy with the computer, Jason Cord, he's like, hey, you still got that pendant that your sister gave you, don't you? He's like, yeah. You wear it around your neck? Yeah. You got it on you now? Yeah. Why don't you hand it over to him? Let him take a look at it. And the ranch hand's like, do I get it back? He's like, yeah, you're going to get it back. Hand it over. And he pulls out this pendant that apparently is a gift from his sister, and it's a little piece of Tannis rock. He hands it over.
Okay. Want me to roll again?
With that good of a roll last time, I'm not even going to make you roll.
Okay.
You had 3 raises, so it's like it's still like you're hyped up on pigs and sticks.
You're like tuned into that AM channel.
Yeah, you're
You got
cranked
that
to-
sweet
you're cranked to
spot.
12 right now. So basically, he hands you this pendant, and you immediately know it was his sister Marie who gave it to him on his birthday 5 years ago.
Yeah.
He's kind of racist against Anooks just because he's a bully. He doesn't really care about the Anooks one way or the other. He's just a bully at heart. But his sister loves him and is kind of always trying to teach him to change his ways. And he got this job because she got him this job because he was drunk all the time.
Okay.
So
So, I hope your drinking is not too much of a problem now. The stuff that your sister got you, Marie.
you hear Jake, the guy with the rifle's just gonna, well, seems like it works. He's like,
Ben goes, that's very precise identification.
pretty much 3 raises.
Yeah.
He just kind of tentatively puts his hand out. Oh, thanks. I'm getting through it. He puts the pendant on.
And you go,
And
yeah, I
you
gotta
see
go.
him like turn 3 shades of red, and the other ranch hand's like,
What he said.
well, Jake kind of says, well, I don't know about you guys, but that sounds legit to me.
What do you find out on the computers? Anything?
No, they're totally demolished. They bashed in the generator too, so I can't even get them up and running.
Can I go over and repair?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, my immunity powers. No sentinels around, right?
Yeah, Sentinels.
Wrong game.
Yeah,
Okay.
wrong muty.
I go where I want to go. All right, bub. Move out of the way.
All right, now how do I do this?
Okay, so for your muty powder,
I have repairs.
Right.
If package loaded, time and strain, percentage of damage to it. Deconstruct, combat, potato chips. Lance Armstrong. Ooh, I can produce Lance Armstrongs. We went to the moon. We went to the moon. We went to the moon.
Rat.
All right.
It's a little heftier.
Oh.
It's right in the-
What's that? You doing 2 streams? Oh, okay.
He's doing his, I'm doing mine.
Okay.
We got a rat's head.
There we go.
Yeah.
The rat cam.
Yeah, the rat came to say hello.
Brought to you by Rockdam.
Okay, so the first
For all your rodentia communicatory very verbose.
They're a bunch of red bastards.
All right, gonna look at the gear.
We're looking up rules. Check out our Linktree, as Rob would say.
Yeah.
Check out our Linktree. Petition something. Oh, I'm supposed to. Yeah, we got to petition TikTok so that way the Raconteur Society gets to 15,000 views or followers.
Followers.
Followers, views, I don't know.
Whatever it is, so we do a live stream on there because we are unfortunately not one of the special random beta testers for computer. We're going to try that tonight, but we were denied. No. You suck so bad, we're not letting you play. Get on the rat cam. Get on the rat cam and let me. You're gonna let me.
So when you guys watch us, hurts, don't it? Tell your friends.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but we need that. That'll be one of our future goals. 15,000 likers, viewers,
Followers.
followers.
We don't even know what we want, but we want 15,000 of them. Damn it!
Right. Sign
And
up
we'll
your
give
mother.
you. We'll give you a prize brought to you by nuts, assorted fruit.
Sign up your friend, your mother, your brother, your
What's assorted fruit?
father by another mother, or whatever.
But it will probably still be here, and you'll have a chance to win it.
Anyone those.
Oh well, sorry, kids.
No.
You don't get it.
You just lost.
More. So much more. Oh, it's everywhere. It's like it's coming out of orphans. Oh.
I like that.
You may not want to win that.
Being thrown by tentacles.
Thank you.
All right, we're down to 4. So you better hurry and get to 15,000 followers.
Okay. So
We
basically,
make him do something weird.
Yeah, that's right, and I'll do it.
He would.
each item has a component rating that tells you which components you need to construct it or repair it. I'm going to say all the components you need are right here because you can scavenge it from other computer sources.
Yeah, what I didn't understand was like the packages. You know, you need I need a package. I have a free package expert. What that means.
Oh, okay. Well, packages. A new mute is provided with a schematic package free of charge by Hellstrom Industries after the implementation process is completed. So you can buy other packages from other mutes or directly from HI. For example, aircraft. This package contains plans for 2 aircrafts of the player's choice. This covers regular atmospheric aircraft. Electronics. Includes items like night vision goggles, rad detectors, computers, laser sights, and toasters.
Toasters. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Gotta have the toaster.
In your middle of the alien battleground,
Howdy doody.
make sure you have toast. A bagel in the middle of the trenches of war. That's what you need.
Talkie toaster.
How about a waffle?
Ground vehicles, heavy weapons, medical, personal weapon package expert. It isn't used to build things. It is used to create other schematic packages. This package contains software that analyzes the data created by nanobots as they deconstruct an object. The raw data is converted into schematic drawings and construction instructions for the nanobots. Once the process is finished, they can be recorded into a blank data slug. So you can create your own package.
Okay. Because I have a package expert.
Manual attachment to me.
Yeah, I have a slug that holds small 5, 3 medium, or 1 or 2 large.
Okay.
That sounds like I'm in the drive-through.
Yeah.
And I have training medical. which I can take your flesh from a dead body and put it on a new body. If you're alive when I take your flesh, it costs 1 per round. So Kenna would hurt.
Medical package allows the mute to repair damage to a selected life form. The mute must have a supply of flesh of the same species as the organism being repaired.
Damn it! I got a lot of nook around here.
If this condition is met, the mute may transmute roll to a healed location. So, yeah. So, basic expert. Are those the only two you have? The package expert and the medical expert?
Yeah, and I have a slug.
Package? Well, the slug is to record stuff on.
Oh, okay.
That's just your tape recorder.
So, the package expert, you can't create others. You can't build things. You can use it to create schematic packages.
Okay.
So, right now, you really can't do anything with this. And I'm not sure if you meant to take package expert or not.
Probably didn't understand what the hell was going on.
Probably not. So I would say you would probably want to normal aircraft or electronics, ground vehicle, heavy weapon, personal weapon, watercraft, spacecraft. If you're wanting to do stuff like this, which is probably more what you want to do, I would say the electronics package is what you should have. Because this package contains schematics for 5 electronic devices of the player's choice. This includes items like night vision goggles, so basically you can repair or build those from scratch.
That specific item, though.
Yes.
So,
like your 5 items could be night vision goggles, computer monitor, keyboard, CPU, and then
lockpick.
Yeah, and lockpicks. Yeah, electronic lockpick or whatever. And then the package expert, that's what that does. So basically you'd be able to say, okay, well, I have these 5 items, oh, look, a webcam. You would use your package expert to scan it, get the schematics, put it on your data slug. Now you have it in your electronics package, because that's another one you've learned.
Okay, that's probably what I was thinking. I would learn and then download them and go from there.
Yeah. So that's okay.
That's all right.
So if you have the medical package, then you can.
I could put guts into the monitor and make it work, right?
Yeah,
right.
Like David Cronenberg film. But if one of these Anooks gets killed and one of the Anooks gets hurt, you can take the dead Anook and help him out.
Yeah. Everybody needs a hobby.
Great. So yeah, unless you have actually repair, then you can't do anything for these computers.
I have tinkering.
Tinkering? Okay, you can try that.
I have ridicule.
You can make fun of the computers.
You stupid little not working thing.
Intel outside, son of a bitch.
I can shoot it well.
Yeah, you can shoot it.
I can take my machete to its face.
So do you want to use a tinkering roll and see if you can kind of get this thing up and running between you and Jason Cord? We'll see how it goes.
I got 7.
Okay. So did he.
You fail.
You guys can look at it and it's like, well, we need a power source to do it. Well, he has one of those little, they're like a Palm Pilot. I can't data recorders is what they call them.
Tricorder.
Oh, that's copyright.
Oh, sorry. Quarter try.
He's like,
It's a quad quarter.
Oh, quad quarter.
I bet we could power through
That's
this.
a nickel.
So basically, you hook it up, get it going, get it a power source, and he can boot up the computer.
All right.
So, unfortunately, the only files are on there are basically algae data.
Sweet.
There's here's how it's going. The work, like the input, the data input, ended about 5 o'clock this morning. And it is now probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Well, we did learn something.
Yeah, and he's like, well, this lets us know a timeline, too, because our crews work in 5-man crews, and they work 24-hour shifts. And they should switch out at noon every day. Well, the second crew came in, found out nobody was here, and found this place in a mess, so they contacted us because they didn't know what was going on. That's why we came out to see. The crew came in to take over the shift, and they're like, something's wrong. Well, that was at noon, and the last data entry was like 5 in the morning.
Right.
So whatever happened, it happened early this morning. And the Anooks probably remind you that their scouts were killed sometime after midnight, early in the morning when it was dark out. So that timeline kind of jives. They probably killed the Anooks and then came here and
Killed them
or did something.
Ben goes, don't forget toasters when you choose your items. That's not Ghost. We're not Ghostbusters. but it would be a good item.
Free thermal mug and balloons for the kids.
That's right. And everybody gets a toaster.
Yeah, free bottle of swine.
Yep. So, what do you guys do?
Well, I do not have tracking.
I do. I will go search outside around the camp, around the
Like the perimeter of the camp?
perimeter area, and see if we can find what's going on there. So,
All right.
Can my nanobots see if there were any blood on the ground or like something?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Your nanobots don't work that way. All they do is deconstruct stuff and construct stuff.
Okay.
And patch you up.
Gotcha.
so 19.
Yes. All right.
Thank you, Tom.
It helps to have D12.
Yep, it does.
Yeah, it does. Okay, you kind of go out and start looking around. The other kind of warriors kind of help you out. You guys, you were messing with the computer. So how about you, Dennis? What was your marshal or ranger doing while he was working on the computer and he started scoping? Anything in particular you were looking at?
I was checking out amongst the damage to find out any more clues that might have been actually inadvertently left behind, as opposed to the two weapons purposely left.
You can make a search check if you want. Target number of 7. 10. Okay. You don't really find any clues that are left like that, but you do kind of realize this was meant to look like an Anuk attack. But it's got kind of the savagery of an Anuk attack, but it's almost like too haphazard. Like Anuks, when they attack, they're a little more precise about the way they attack and who they attack first. You're like, this is like they just came in and tried to cut people apart.
Only Imperial Stormtroopers are this accurate.
Yeah.
Can't hit
They
the
always travel
broadside of our barn.
one single file. These guys travel side by side. So you do pick that up. It was meant to look like an Anuk attack, but it definitely wasn't. Rhonda, is there anything you were doing while these guys are kind of looking around? I know you're a healing shaman, so is there anything you're looking for in particular? Or
First aid supplies of sorts.
okay, go ahead and make a search roll. I think everybody has at least one in search.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you actually have 2, so
Okay.
2d10.
You're very good at search there.
Oh, no, that's a 10. So re-roll it and add it.
You found this box of Band-Aids right there.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you actually do find a first aid kit in one of the tents. That's the half collapsed one. Kind of looking there, and you're like, oh, there's a first aid. There's a pretty good sized first aid kit, and when you pop it open, it's got all kinds of stuff in there. Like they brought it and never even had to use any of it.
Or got to.
Never
Or
got the
had,
chance.
yeah, never had a chance.
So yeah, you pull that out. It's kind of like a good size tackle box, you know. So you've got a big first aid
Like,
kit.
okay, this come with me.
Okay.
Bodies?
None to be found.
Okay, so
You do see some pistols and rifles, like I said, laying around.
Yeah.
When you were looking for clues, you pick up one of the pistols, and you realize the chambers, none of them have been fired. Like they didn't even shoot off a shot, or didn't get to.
I mean, did it even have ammunition in it, or was it?
Yeah,
empty?
it was fully loaded. The other pistol's missing 3 rounds, but you don't know if it was fully loaded before or if they got some shots off, but
Okay.
you don't really know.
So I turned to the Jason and his dad,
Brother.
brother. Did the new shift that discovered that everybody discovered all this stuff? Did they do anything with the bodies? Because it was reported to us that by the caravan that there were 2 bodies here.
No, they said there was no one here when they got here. So
Dead or alive.
yeah, they just, as far as we know, these guys just went missing. That's when you're kind of like, yeah, well, I'll look around. Oh, look, there's all kinds of tracks here. What the? Oh, hey, you see what looks like drag marks that are going from the camp with some footprints beside them. Looks like 2 people were dragged from the camp, and it looks like it's headed toward this hill that's maybe a 10-minute, 15-minute walk away. It's a pretty big hill.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay. And it looks like you can follow them pretty well. And you rolled, what, a 19?
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to follow them for quite a ways. So,
Yeah. So I will follow. I'll whichever one of the marshals is nearer.
okay. All around kind of there. You can just holler out.
Yeah. Found some drag marks. Going to see where it looks like 2 bodies were dragged off. I'm going to see where it goes. And was it human footprints?
Looked like boot prints. Yeah, human.
Looked like human boots.
Yeah.
I'll come with you.
Okay. The Anuks, the 3 Anuks are like, we can go with you.
Why don't you go ahead? Want a couple of you fellas too?
Are the Green Plantation guys?
Yeah. So I'm going to start following as they come up.
I can't look at.
And the guards will, the 3 Anuks, the younger warriors will follow you.
And what
You're going to go on up and follow them too? Yeah. Okay.
what's her name? And
Vicky and Brock.
yeah, it says, why don't you go there? We're trying to work on this computer. Kind of like have them go with to kind of keep the.
Well, I got a better idea. Brock's like, well, I can stay here and work on the computer. You should go. You're a PC.
All right, that's fine. I didn't know if I was
You're
still
not going to get
working.
any experience points for working on a computer.
Well, I didn't know
Go
if I.
die. Come on. That's your job.
All right. Well, I talked to the DM. I'm coming too.
Douglas Minky is on Facebook
Doug.
with us. Hey, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. You don't even have to have your pants on.
Oh, that just sounds horrible.
We are doing Deadlands Lost Colony,
Yeah.
which was 2 years ago that we did this, the first
2 years.
episode.
Oh my God.
2 years ago, before we started live streaming. So this is the first time you guys are going to be able to see this.
Okay. So, Brock and Vicky will stay behind.
Okay.
And did you want one of the Green Plantation guys or a couple of them to come?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was nice.
That way it's kind of
Okay.
represented.
The Cords are like, we're too important. You guys go. Jason has to stay. And
I got a red shirt, man. You know what's gonna happen to me?
I wore my red flannel. I am so dead. So the 2 ranch hands will follow along. They'll come with you. Brock and Vicky and Jason are working on the computers, and it looks like Jake is going to basically pull out his satellite phone and start making some calls. Like, yeah, I got to call the office and see what's going on. He actually walks over to the algae farm frame itself and starts inspecting for any damage. There's a little bit, but it looks like they more just concentrate on destroying camp. Never really came over here and bothered with that. So he's kind of like, well, thank God for that. So he's kind of checking that out to make sure it's all operational.
Now,
They probably didn't have much insurance on that.
Yeah.
Insurance is probably not a thing yet around here.
knowing my military, I mean, I have professional military and with their history, is that the Nooks would destroy everything, wouldn't they? Not just
Usually.
yeah. So I knew that.
Especially if it was on their territory, and that's why they did it.
Yeah.
And like he said, this was when they come in, they're very precise about what they attack, who they attack, and in what order they attack. Like they would take all the humans first, the biggest threats, then they would probably trash the algae farm for being on their territory, then they would trash the camp as an extra stay away from here.
Right.
This was like really haphazard. It looks like they just came in, threw stuff around, just beat the crap out of these guys to beat the thing, and they didn't even bother the algae farm. So
Right.
it's meant to look like an Anuc attack, but they just did it wrong. So, yeah, you would know that the Anuks would be like, oh, we get rid of that. So,
Because I mean, that's the thing that brings them here. So
Yeah.
So, what was Jason's brother again? I'm sorry.
Jake.
Jake. Write that down. Jason and Jake. What was her last name?
Cord, K-O-R-D.
Cord.
Just like
K-O-R-D.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like Ted Cord, the Blue Beetle. No, I did not get it from that.
Okay.
I kind of did. But I didn't realize it until
I will ask Jake that Eventually, I'd like to look over the personnel dossiers of the crew that was here at the time of the attack.
Okay. You looking for something in particular?
Always got to look at everything. You know, just outside hunch, just in case it was an inside job.
All right. I'll try and get those.
No accusations, just searching for facts.
All right. So you guys all get on the trail of these drag marks, and as you guys kind of follow them along, it looks like they go up to the hill and sort of around the hill, out of sight of the camp. Yeah. And as you get around, the hill is probably about, from base to tip, it's like 20 feet tall, and about maybe 7 feet up the slope, you see what looks like a little dugout, like a cave entrance, but it looks like it's been dug out from the inside because there's all kinds of dirt. But it's been there a while because there's grass growing up through the dirt. It's not like fresh dirt. Somebody dug out from the inside, and it looks like it's. You guys would definitely have to crouch in. Even the humans would probably have to duck in. It's not like a doorway. It's more like a hatchway. But it's kind of an irregular hole. It looks like it's been kind of forced out, and there's some dirt with grass and weeds growing up. But it's pitch black in there, obviously. But as you get on this side, you notice it's afternoon, and it's kind of on the shadowed side of the hill. And it looks like the drag marks kind of go up there. In fact, you notice that the drag marks are a little more prominent going up the slope, like they're actually hauling the people up.
The extra effort to go up.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, well, that's where it goes. And it's just a kind of a, I don't know, 30-degree angle slope. It's not real steep, but it's not exactly just a gentle climb.
And Cindy Lawson has joined us. Hi, Cindy.
Hey, Cindy.
Welcome.
Hi. Bobby's not here. She's home. So
I'm definitely being the victim of a ambush. I'm definitely eyeing everything around the hill, the hilltop.
The hill itself is actually pretty clear of trees or anything. It's almost like a giant grass hill. There are trees scattered about, but it doesn't look like anything. If there was an ambush, you'd probably be able to see it right now. But then again, you don't know what's in the hole either.
Right.
So.
Go up to the hole and
try to approach it from the side.
Okay. You're going to go right up to the hole?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I'm going to peer in.
Okay.
And duck down and start making my way in.
Okay. How about you?
Well, I was about to, but then I'm like, okay. It really doesn't say I have a flashlight or not, but I don't know if my.
Oh, you guys would have flashlights. You'd have common police gear.
Okay.
And your flashlights are kind of like these, like the LED flashlights, you know.
Because I didn't know if I had one on my helmet. Because I've got the visor,
you've got your Ranger's kind of utility belt. I just think of it as kind of a cross between the Old West and a cop. You know, you've got little pouches for like mace or handcuffs or.
So, how big is this hill?
About 20 feet from the base of the hill.
How big round?
Pretty big. It's almost like one of those like Hokia mounds. You know, it's pretty long. I don't know. Probably about 200 yards long.
Okay. Lance, you think maybe some of us ought to continue around the hill to maybe see if there's another outlet?
That sounds good. I've got you on comms. I'll go with them. Okay. Unless the DM says otherwise.
No, you can go with that. Are you going to walk around to the other side of that?
I guess I will.
Okay.
I was going to go in with them, but if he's going to go with that, that's fine.
The two ranch hands are like, we'll gladly go check.
Okay.
And two of the Anooks, they're like, they tell you, well, we can go with one of these guys to make sure everything's okay if you want the other human with you.
That works. Yeah.
Okay. So the male and the female who are all like, ooh, what's this? What's this in your ship? They take the ranch hand who was like, shut up, knock it off.
Yeah.
They take him and they're like, we'll go around. He's like, well, tell you what, you got a comm link or something?
Do we have an extra one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you give him a comm link. He's like, I'll call you when I get up there and see if we see anything. So they start walking. He's like, it's gonna be a long walk. They start moving up. The other ranch hand, who is like, you proved him wrong. He's like, oh, great, I get to go in with you guys. Okay. So you go in, and then that bigger one who was like in his element outside, but not well in the ship, he's right there with you. So you three Anuks kind of go on in first, if you want.
Yeah.
Kind of get
I
in
would
there.
definitely go in.
Yeah. You go in, and he goes in, and then followed by one of you guys or the ranch hand if you want him to go in.
No, I'll go in.
Okay. And then the ranch hand will go in, and then Dennis, you'll bring up the rear. So as you get in there, it's pitch black in here. It's dark. So do you want to use a light source, or do you have anything like that? I mean,
Well, actually, that was kind of my question. They have
flashlights.
flashlights. Working with the Rangers, would I have one? Because I wouldn't be I wouldn't not use one.
Yeah, I'd let you have one. You could have picked one up, or maybe even Ross might have handed you one, like, here, just in case. I mean, you're not really Rangers, but you're familiar enough in Temptation, and they kind of like you guys.
Right.
So they would.
It's an attack.
And it could have been one of those, we are your friends. Great, here's a flashlight. Don't kill us.
Yeah.
You're like not knowing
I have
any
the
better.
sun in my hands.
Yeah.
Witness my power.
Yeah.
As I bring up half a
Yeah,
mountain
no-
on you.
They're all saying that.
too.
Yeah, and you're like, you gave me a flashlight. Really? So yeah, you get in there and turn the flashlight on and start looking around. You are in what looks like a tunnel. When you get through the entrance, you can actually stand up. Your head is pretty close to the ceiling, but you can stand up. And you're like, oh, okay. It looks like it's very crude, but well dug, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And as you get in and you follow him in, and as the other Anuks coming through, you see what looks like moss or some sort of. It's like a cross between small mushrooms and moss on the walls, like lichens, but it's almost like a fungus. And it looks like the little mushroom peaks are all kind of shriveled up and dark, but the moss is still that like grayish green color.
Moss room.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta look at that on the walls, and you're like, that's kind of weird looking. And it kind of is strong here, and as you shine your flashlight down the hallway, it kind of eventually peters out toward the end of the hallway where it looks like it opens up into something else. So as you guys look at that with the flashlight, the other Anna comes in, and he's like, oh, well, at least it's dormant. Have you seen this before? You've probably never seen anything like that.
No.
We've seen it in this area in some of the caves and under some of the trees.
What is it?
We call it Blight Moss. It's a plant that when it's disturbed, it spits out motes, spores. It makes you really sick.
It's that poison.
Can kill you, but not completely dead. It makes you something else.
Oh, man.
Crave flesh, but not dead.
Are you sentient?
Flesh, but
Do
not
you know what
dead.
you're doing?
Yes, I'm an Anuk.
No, I mean those under the influence. You know what?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you mean? I don't know. The only time we've ever seen it happen, and I think they knew what they were doing, but the rest of the tribe killed them immediately. They were attacking us, but their own kin. Too dangerous to let live, I think.
Maybe that's what we're dealing with.
Okay.
You're in the cave, and I'm on
Yeah.
the outside going around.
No, you're
in the cave.
I am
Everybody's
in the cave.
in the cave.
Oh, okay.
And the ranch hand's like, well, is it going to spit this stuff at us now? And he's like, Diana kind of relays to you, so you're interpreting. He's like, no, it's once the spores are released, it goes dormant for about 30 days. And then it rejuvenates. And the next time it's disturbed, it's built up more poison. to shoot out. So for the next 30 days, it looks like this has just been recent from what I can see within the last day or two. And he kind of picks one of the little mushroom heads off and sniffs it. And he's like, about a day or two, this was disturbed. He drops it on the ground. He's like, so it won't affect us unless there's more in here. If there is more, do not touch it. Do not brush against it. Try not to blow on it hard.
Does it change color?
When it's active, it has a very orange, a deep orange when it's active. When it's dormant, it's dark like this.
I go, then you better let me go first. And I'll helmet.
Actually, do the drag marks continue?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So actually, this cave is big enough where you can get two side by side, so you guys can both, you can move up next to him. So he's tracking and you're right there with him.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and seal my helmet.
Okay.
Because I got 2 hours of oxygen.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am not your father. Anouk.
Anouk, I am your father.
So, Lance, I'm thinking of the possibility that one of the guys from the algae farm got in here, disturbed it, got infected, and then went mad and wreaked havoc.
Maybe covered his tracks.
But I have a hard time figuring how that he'd have the mindset to plant the evidence of an attack.
So he came back to it later. Let's advance. I'll try and hail comms to back to the farm base with my built-in GPS helmet satellite phone.
Oh, the green plantation guys. All right. Yeah, the phone kind of rings and you hear Jade Cord. Hello?
This is Ranger Tryson.
Oh.
We are 3 clicks away.
Yeah.
It's such in the cave.
All right.
I'll relay everything, pretty much what's going on. We're investigating further, so.
All right.
I'm kind of, you're letting you go ahead, but I'm kind of right behind relaying as we're walking, so.
All right.
You have any reports of this moss in this area?
No, but we don't usually work underground.
All right.
It hasn't been around the riverbeds. I know that. That's where we usually set up.
Oh, it's out here. I'll communicate if we find anything further.
All right. We'll take a look around this area and see if we see any of this orange fungus stuff.
Don't disturb it. Eat it.
Yeah. Taste it. Make sure it's the right stuff.
Oh, we're going to cook with it. Today is mystery ingredients. Orange moss. It's interesting. They're taking the human flesh. They're all taking human flesh for the main ingredient. They're not even cooking it.
Just ripping that stuff off.
Right off the face.
Flesh tartar.
Oh.
Ouch, that was bad.
All right.
Oh, I've got to.
Activate camera.
It's on.
It's the GPS.
Oh, no, you've got to tilt it toward you a little bit more. No, or move it that way, or move the camera a little bit towards you.
Oh, it looks fine from here.
There you go.
There we go.
You've gotten the edge of it.
Yep. Now we can see your.
Yeah.
It's not what you think it is. It's a tunnel.
So it's the receiving end.
You've entered the tool. I mean the tunnel.
Tunnel tool.
Okay.
There's fungus on it? Oh my gosh. There's fungus on her tool, the tunnel too?
Get the penicillin.
So let me get this straight. If we touch the fungus that's in the tunnel, you're going to crave some flesh.
As you guys come up,
Yummy.
you come into what looks like a little 4-way intersection of hallway. This looks like it leads down. It kind of angles off.
All right. Where's the kiosk? You are here.
This looks like it goes on straight ways.
Oh, I got my app. I got a free drink today. Fungus latte. Would you like anything else? Yeah, I like those eyeballs.
The side of sprinkles.
Yeah, so
sprinkles.
this looks like it goes on straight for a bit, down and curves. This, you can see it goes down and turns, but over here, you can see where the light reflects on a wall. So this must be an opening or a room or a cavern or something. All of these tunnels look like they were professionally dug. So it doesn't look like it's a natural thing right away. Although this could be. You're not sure.
Well, question is it done with primitive tools or modern tools? Like
Modern tools.
Human tools.
Looks like it was done with modern tools. Nothing like an excavation machine, but probably
Right.
pickaxes and power shovels and stuff like that from the future. Future stuff. Spoons. Yep. Teeth. Somebody used their teeth. False teeth. They
They're
lost
using sporks. Industrial sporks.
And you broke again.
my power sport.
Go more and get more KFC. We need more sporks.
So where do you guys go?
Which way does the drag marks go?
The drag marks look like they go up that way.
Then that's the way I'll go.
All right.
I'm going to fire a grenade in there. And just to make sure.
Okay, well, that was at Starbucks and 4 innocent people just got killed.
Excellent. Can I sprinkle some that? No, you can't. No, you can't.
Miss Piggy.
He froths the foam.
Or fried chickens and a Coke, please.
Oh, and you noticed that fungus had like smelled like fresh tilled earth, but it had a mint smell to it as well, which is kind of
Minty tail.
yeah, minty death, minty compost.
So it's a new flavor it's got.
Minty bath salts.
Minty bath.
Eat 'em up. Okay. So as you come in here, I'm just going to do this because it's easy.
So make sure to instruct that a couple of the guys are definitely watching our rear end here.
Yeah, did you want anybody to stay back at the tunnel entrance? Did you need anybody to do that, or are you all moving in a group? How do you guys want to
It
do
would
that?
probably be good to have somebody cover our 6.
I have the ranch hand.
You just charge.
Yeah, I just go in. So
Yeah. So do you guys
up to
want
you
to
guys if you
delegate
Yeah.
somebody to stay back
Yeah.
at the entrance? The Anuk guard or scout and the ranch hand, they volunteer. The scout's like, well, I'll stay back here. That way, if we need to make an exit, I can cover you.
And then
Range
nobody
hand's
slips out while we're out here.
Yeah,
Too.
and the range hand's like, hell yeah, I don't want to go in there. Yeah, I'll stay here with him. He's my best friend. I love Anuks. I've changed my mind totally. Yes, I've given up the drink. They're my best friends. You guys go in there where it's dark and creepy. I'll stay right here with my best
That salt's mouth.
I'll stay here with the we'll munch on the fungus. Make sure it's dormant. So yeah, those two will stay there. So it's just you guys in here now.
Did you want soy? No whip?
So you guys go around the
No,
corner, and this
no,
is what looks like a little kind of makeshift cavern. Up in the corner right there, as you kind of look in, you see 2 bodies that have been partially gnawed upon and pretty much in very brutal fashion. One of them looks like he's almost had his limbs torn off, and you don't see the limbs, but they do have gnaw marks and stuff like that. They also have Green River or Green Plantation uniforms, like work uniforms on. So, and they look like they've been here less than a day.
Okay.
So you're like, oh, hey, there's the guys we're looking for. And that's where the drag marks suspiciously stop. So, and there's plenty of blood in here. Like the drag marks were just kind of them, maybe a little couple drops of blood, but in here, this is just, it's a splatterhouse. Yeah, abattoir. Yes, good term. So, everybody make a guts check. Target number of 5, I'd say.
And that's what.
Guts is under spirit. Yep. So the guts 2.
2 we have. We don't have grit yet.
Yes.
7.
5.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give each of you a point of grit because you all have it in your backstories. You, because of your crash and all the stuff that you did with the Anooks, like flying into that nest in your crash and having it all burn up. You actually died, came back. Wade is a warrior Anuk who's probably involved in some of the raids on Red River and Castle Rock, and I guarantee you that Rhonda's character was on the front lines trying to heal the Anooks that were getting mowed down by the military. And you guys just recently went through a big war, so to speak. So I'm going to give you each a point of grit, so you'll have one to start with.
The yellow chips are white.
Yes.
Okay.
I have one in medicine. Do they look like these guys? Can I roll that to see if they died here, or they were, you know what I'm saying? They were alive when they were brought here? Or
Yeah, I'll let you roll.
All right. So that should be 8. I'm going to fail. And I did. I got a 1.
What was the target number for the guts check?
5.
5.
Oh,
okay,
okay,
so
okay.
7 is good. Okay. I had 8.
Okay, so you guys come around the corner, you're like, ugh. Well, there they are. And you're like, I don't know if they were dead when they got here or if they died here, but if they were alive when they got here, they're dead now.
Yeah. Okay. And with the 1, I can't tell. I'm like, well, apparently he must have died from the ripped off arms.
Yeah. I think he was shot.
Yes.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Natural causes.
Yeah.
Dysentery.
Dysentery.
Dysentery. It's the Oregon Trail. We just happened.
That made, yeah, he's like, I got the Oregon Trail. I died of dysentery.
Again?
When he was playing with the Atari.
All I did was bought the game.
All right.
Boo said, Anouk, I am your father.
Anouk, I am your father. We just watched Caveman with Ringo Starr. And I think his name in there is Atul.
Atul.
But it's like Anouk. Okay. So as you guys are kind of there, like, oh, that's where they are. Everybody roll cognition. Target number of 5.
Normal cog.
Just normal cog. If you have big ears, I will allow that.
What did we need?
Target number of 5.
Yeah,
4,
nice.
6. So 6. What you got?
8 for me.
Okay.
6.
Okay. What did you get, Mike?
9.
Okay.
Ten.
10? Okay.
How's it going? Well, Deadlands Lost Colony.
No.
And
And I heard someone speaking there.
What was that?
there's somebody came up live together where, because on TikTok you can actually have like multiple people.
Oh,
I didn't realize you were doing TikTok.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm doing Twitch.
that's amazing.
Okay.
Technology today, gentlemen and ladies.
What you playing? Deadlands Lost Colony? I'm out.
Oh, no.
Actually, the funny thing is his screen or their screen, it was showing looked kind of like some kind of cartoon game, but he was in free fall.
Yeah. All I could see was what looked like arms of leaves or something.
He's playing
That's
LSD.
weird.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Names again. What was your name? Marshall.
Belchgut.
Durant.
Marshall Belcher. Durant. What was your name, Mike? Tier Trayson?
Tryson.
Try some.
Yeah, Tryson.
Your name?
Yes, try some.
Yes, Tryson.
E.
E. Rhonda, what was your name?
Zorna?
Zora.
Zora? Yeah.
Zora.
There's something along those lines.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, Zora.
Yes, we are gamers.
Yep, old gamers.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right, Jenny.
Tabletop gamers.
Yep.
Yep.
We're not in the Depends yet, but that'll be tomorrow. It's another adventure. You roll a d20 if you can get in. He's already gone.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he's like, yeah, in the back. I'm out.
They're probably just like, no, it's just a couple of old farts, bunch of old farts playing to me to talk.
I had put it up
Nah.
as gaming.
Oh.
So
Probably thinking it was
gaming.
like, yeah.
Wait, you're gaming? Yeah, tabletop games. Oh, well.
oh,
Never mind.
what's that?
Like Call of Duty? No.
No,
We're gonna do
more
it, dude.
fun. What we're playing,
Okay.
You have to think.
right?
Everybody who made their cognition check,
Yes.
you actually hear something down one of the
didn't,
hallways,
did I?
Yes, you did.
like scuffle.
Which
It sounds like it's coming from this way, and then you immediately hear something like a rock get kicked down this way.
I'm all the way up.
Yeah.
I'll go that way.
Okay.
I'm
I'm right behind.
pulling out my Chiquita. My banana.
Chiquita. He got like the big hat with the whole fruit on it.
Wow.
And it's yellow.
It's yellow. Wow. The minions are like, ah. Boss.
Banana.
Banana.
I forgot. There's a little hallway here that you passed, but as soon as you came around and saw the bodies.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah.
forget that.
So you're following Wade?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what are you two doing?
I'm gonna go towards the rock because he has a flashlight and that, so I'll go this way in case they are trying to do.
Rhonda, do you want to follow Mike's character?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are gonna split up. Okay, gotcha.
Perfect. It's
The party.
yeah.
Why not? Have some
Of
fun.
course.
Classic.
He'll be the one to go first. I'll
Yeah, but
throw
you
him in the
can
way.
Yeah, that's right.
Just stand behind
him in the
him.
way.
I'll just be like, bring me one of them
I'm
bodies.
figuring at most we have 3 deranged humans.
Yeah.
So we have Ed and Zit. Okay.
That's it.
Ed and Zit. Those are the ring chants.
I'm Daryl. This is it.
This is my other brother's shit.
And our sister
Mom-
Pimple.
Yeah, Mom popped us out at the same time.
Oh, that's horrible. That's just bad.
You died there, Dennis.
There you go.
There, it's, yeah.
Ah. Oh. Two. She got a 2. 2. 2.
2 dice and 1.
It's like a bad Bob Ross painting.
We'll put some happy fungus.
Lovely
There's
body.
no such thing as a bad painting. Just maybe an unhappy one.
We'll just feather out the blood stain. Okay. So as you
like
guys
you.
come through here, on either side of this opening, it's another kind of larger room. You see what looks like rubble and trash, like old broken crates and boxes, but there's also like earth and dirt and stones kind of piled off to the side. And it looks like it's all been like dug away and eventually worn away from walking. So, and it doesn't go all the way to the top, and you can't really see where it collapsed. So it's just kind of odd. And as soon as you get in there, you see what ahead of you, you see what looks like a little low wall over in the corner, and there's something beyond it. And then there's a little like cart, almost like a mine cart, but it's almost like a shopping cart. It's got handles, little off-road tires, and it's kind of like a mine cart that runs without tracks like they would have nowadays. And it's over there, and it looks like there's maybe an exit or something, but
It's
you
me,
can't
Mario.
really see it.
It's Mario Kart.
And as
Thank
you get there,
I got a 1.
when you guys get to the entrance, what do? Yeah, immediately you don't see anything.
Okay.
Right? There is stuff like the low wall and that cart.
I'll advance that way, keeping clear of
Okay.
the walls. Kind of walking.
You're going left? You're going left?
No, I'm going straight across.
Oh, straight across.
Okay. How about you, Dennis?
Kind of just to his right, kind of angling right a little bit.
Okay.
I've got my weapon drawn and my flashlight, so it's like,
Gotcha. So you're down here just a little bit.
yeah.
Okay. Right. Zit. Zora and Tristan, what do you guys
Where
come
did that
down this
rock come
hallway?
from?
But it sounded like it came from the larger hallway, like where you were going originally.
Okay.
So you get down here. If you look this way, the Anuk is standing kind of halfway down that hallway with his war club, just kind of crouched, nods at you. Behind him by the entrance is the ranch hand with the rifle. And he's just like, but he's like, you go on up there. I'll cover the back. That's what I said I'd do. The Anuk is like, whatever's coming, I'm covering this hallway. And he's like, I'll cover you from back here. So they are there, obviously looking down that way, but they don't have flashlights. So they're just like, they got the light coming in from behind them.
Well, I'm going to shine the light down there.
Okay, shine light down there.
Yep. I don't know what you're going to do, Rhonda.
Shine a little light on me.
Under your little beady eyes reflecting.
Well, I don't think I have any source of light, fire, nothing.
You guys calling me junk again?
I don't have anything like
Hurry
this.
I mean, that's basically up to Dale that you might have a flashlight.
If you wanted a flashlight, because you travel with him into town all the time.
Right.
You want a flashlight? Sure. They would have given you one.
That works.
Okay, so you got a flashlight. So you guys look around, and as you look down this hallway, you see it splits off into 3 separate hallways down here. And as you do, yes, your lights flash on something that looks like a raccoon, you know, those eyes. But you see 3 sets of them, and they're about 5 feet off the ground. You see a set
Okay, wash your hands.
here and one set.
That's my character.
And in the dark, you see the flash on the lights, but you don't really see much else.
Like when they're just outside the light, but
Yeah.
the light's strong enough to reflect.
Reflect off their eyes.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Hmm.
And this is probably about 15 yards away.
Hmm.
They look like raccoons?
No, just the eyes, but they're
Just
the
the eyes?
eyes are 5 feet off the ground.
All right.
So it's either a really tall raccoon like Erasmus.
Yeah.
He's like, I am so lost. How do I get back to my ship?
Can we see any other features?
Not at this point. And it looks like they're stopped because they blink, but then they kind of lower. So you don't know if they're about ready to run or back up or charge, but they are kind of doing that blink, blink.
And lowering.
So
Is
you're not
Stance
sure
in
what they're
charging
about to do.
mode.
Could be charging, could be defending, could be getting ready to back off.
All right. So I'm going to try my persuasion.
Well, I
With my
do
voice,
have,
I get +2. They can't see
I
my
do
face,
have
get the helmet.
Okay.
So the ugliest sin is in
I don't
the
know
back,
if that-
right?
Yeah.
Well,
But you're in the
because
dark
if it's
anyway.
animals
Yeah.
or if it's just
So I'm using my voice and basically say,
some kind of
is it just for Space Rangers or what do we say?
Colonial Rangers.
Well, as Colonial Rangers, step up to the light now, please.
Okay.
I said please. That's my nice voice.
Yeah, that's my persuasion voice.
That might have. If you would just move up here in the light a little bit, we'd be able to see you. It'd be so nice.
Go ahead and roll.
Oh, I got a 7.
Hey, all right.
+2, that's 9. I'm so convincing.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go into rounds
Okay.
just because there's 2 different
because of the mic.
parties having one.
Yeah, it'd be.
fine.
Well, I was just a little guy, and I was just hello.
Okay, I'll take more fruit snacks, please.
All right, we're down to 3.
Thank
You
you.
better get 15,000 fast.
well, considering this is on my personal.
Well, that's it. We don't care. Let me get 15.
Okay, what trade are we
Well, I-
rolling
I-
on?
Quickness. Quickness.
Quickness.
The Raconteur Society when I'm not
Yeah.
on. And a couple other.
You got 5 and 2 ones. You got 1 beat out anything or not?
5 and 2 ones. You got a success. So
How
one.
we going?
I got 12.
All right, we need.
Huh?
What are we doing?
I get 12.
Quickness. Target number 5.
Okay, quickness.
Love is 2d8. So
All right. 8.
Wait till everybody gets their numbers. And then we can
No, we have to have it now. Now
I got my card.
I get my card. Oh, I get 2 cards, don't
Yeah, one participate in one for level 5.
Yay!
And I get 3
Yay!
for a change.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually Olaf's like, I'm over here with my Mai Tai and sitting back. And...
24.
Okay. Wow.
So you have.
We got to do math now.
I know. 1.
All right, so roll the 8 again.
I just made
Wait
mine up.
again. 3.
11.
Okay.
I rolled a 6. That means I get 48 cards. That sounds good.
Are you going to use yours?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So you get 5 cards,
Yeah.
and
Rhonda gets, he got 12,
Got
One
12.
round to roll.
and she got 11.
11.
So you get your cards first, 12.
So that's 5, 10.
has 3 cards.
1, 5, 10. So you get 3 cards.
Okay.
Rhonda gets 3,
Yep. Rhonda gets 3 cards.
2, 3. Okay.
And Mike gets 2 cards.
and then you get no cards.
Sure. I just will tell you I have no cards.
You take yours out of your deck.
Right. This is classic
Okay.
Deadlands. We each have a
Right.
deck.
Okay.
And he's not running a character.
Yeah. For once. Okay. So aces. Kings.
Have a king.
You got a king?
Yeah.
All right.
Spade.
All right. So you are going to move in to this area.
Yes.
You doing anything when you move in? You would.
I'm trying to see what's
Okay.
in the area. So how big is how tall is the wall?
The low wall.
Yeah.
It's probably about 4 feet.
4 feet.
And so it's
So if I'm
Tall
in the
enough to
middle of
duck
the
under.
room, I can start to see over it.
yes. So make a cognition check, and just tell me what you get.
14.
14. Okay. Kind of shine your light over by the wall, and first you don't see anything, but as soon as you shine the light over there, you hear some dirt kind of settle, and you see what looks like somebody duck down even farther.
Like just behind the wall, or
You can see their shadow on the wall behind it. So you don't see them, but you do see somebody who just ducked out of sight.
yeah.
You rolled a 12. Yeah. You also think you saw movement over by that cart.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just out of the corner of your eye, but you haven't looked over there yet.
Okay. Actually,